Hello everybody, and welcome along to a brand new episode here at Rainy Glen Zoo, which is of course in Planet Zoo. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, because I am certainly excited to be back here. I've done a little few bits and pieces between episodes, not too much, but we'll just go through it just now so that way you guys are completely up to date. In the entranceway here, way back at the beginning of the series, not that it was particularly long ago, this is episode 7, I had this sort of like broken pillar thing here, and what I've done is I've put in a couple of these walls in to sort of be like temporary barriers. You can imagine that they're just sort of like really lightweight, just put in as barriers there, and a little dirt track so that we can just say that they're fixing it. And I've also tidied this area up, put in the decoration that I wanted. There's a light underneath this tree here, and I've got some street lights in all the way along here, but we'll come back to that in a second. We've got this archway here, and I just noticed that that sign is slightly off center. So I've got a new archway into the staff only section next to another toilet block, because I realised I only had one toilet block, and that's not very nice. As you can see, you got the that needs to also move. I didn't do a very good job of tidying things up here. Do something like that. That should be fine. Hopefully you can. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so I've got street lights and donation bins, as well as information screens and speakers around this habitat, which I've tidied up a little bit, raised the height up. I've put in one-way glass, so you can't see through it from the inside, but you can see through it from the outside, and streetlights all the way along here as well. And I've got a metal railing across here. We might need to change this side, because I have purchased animals to go in here, and we might need to give them more space. Hopefully we don't need to give them more than this amount of space that we have here, otherwise that could be problematic. Facilities wise, I've put in a water treatment plant here to service this water here. That is for our new animals, but we'll get to that shortly. Back over this way before we go into the America section. I've done a few new bits and pieces here. What is this? Okay. I put a pole in there, so hopefully our lemurs can climb it. What is going on with this? Why is this floating? Okay, well, you have fun with that. And I've also put in this ramp here because I've never seen them on this, and I really want to. So if this doesn't work, we might rip it out and build our own custom one that's a bit more red ruffed lemur friendly. I've not done anything over here with the actually I have. I remember I did this at the end of the last episode. I've changed their habitat fence to an electric fence. Now, the reason for that is because they were continuously breaking through the fence. I'm hoping that there's a bit of humanity in it and they don't just like get electrocuted if they walk up to it. But that's the idea. They kept breaking through it, and I had lots of escapes. I'm not sure if that was actually in the previous episode or not, but that's my solution to that one. Over here, I've stuck a couple of lights next to the sign, some reeds over here to fill in this gap. I do still need to put in some kind of railing across here to stop the, I suppose, guests falling in to our wolves. We wouldn't want our wolves to get sick with eating the guests now, would we? Next thing I've done is I've named the bear habitat Babies Bears. Now you might be wondering why. The reason for that is because I'm going to be doing like a sponsorship program. So if you guys want to sponsor any of our habitat animals, I'm not going to do the exhibit ones because I don't even really like looking at them, to be honest, creepy crawlies and things like that. But if you want to sponsor the animals, drop me a comment down below. I already have a few people interested in a few habitats, which I'm not going to do that just yet today, but they will be in the future. I'll show them off when they're done. And if you guys want to sponsor any animals we've got, like I said, drop down in the comments below. Let me know what animals you want to sponsor and what habitat, that kind of thing, and a reason why. And I will pick from that. Now, as for over here, I've did a bit of decoration over here. I've added some rocks in because otherwise this river just kind of stopped and then there was a waterfall. It didn't make much sense. So I've added rocks in so it looks like it's hitting the rocks and going down into here. I still need to do the decoration around this tunnel, but inside this tunnel, all the way down here, I've put in some facilities. We have a water treatment plant and a generator. And then further along this path, which seems to go on for a little bit forever, I don't think I've ever actually shown you guys inside this tunnel before, we have another water treatment plant. Now the reason for that is because I want to put in another path that runs along here because we're going to have a habitat here and probably here too, but I don't want them having access to this water, because, well, they won't have access to this water because there'll be a path, so I have to put in a different water source for them. But if I turn the heat map on and go to water, you can see it fills in this area and power does cover both of those. And as for over here, this new water treatment plant covers that one. So far, all of our water is treated apart from this bit. That could be a problem. What I'll do, in fact, is I'll remove it. Let's just undo that. We'll just have that as like a, yeah, that one as well, probably. I mean, it's saying it's clean, but I'm sure once the animals get in there, it won't be. So we'll get rid of that. We'll maybe put a water treatment plant over here in the future and put that water back in, but for now, I don't want any dirty water because we're going to have our crocodigators in here, as I like to now call them. Our crocodiles are totally alligators. Now in this episode what I want to do is get the animals in here. Now I have a feeling I am going to very much butcher the name of this, but I believe they're... Oh, I can't remember how to say it now. I'll show you guys in here. Ignore the crocodiles, like I mentioned before, we've got some juvenile crocodiles that I can't get rid of from a previous playthrough. It's Okapi, I believe is the pronunciation for them. So we have a male and a female. So first thing we're going to do is move them over to our quarantine. I think that was the male, so we'll get the female moved as well. They have pretty reasonable genetics as well, so that's always a good thing. Now I'm not sure if this area is actually going to be big enough for them, but we're just going to unpause. In fact, we are going to pause again. I've done all my handshakes. We still have the staff having a queue to use it thing. I'm gonna check this though. Anything in here? No? Okay. What I'd like to do is, this desert area here is going to be sort of like a fairly sizable sort of like park, if you will. Envision it like a park in a zoo. We're going to have plenty of stores and the likes in there. It's a shame you can't get like the play park style things that you do get in zoos, like places to have a break, you know, a swing, slide, that kind of thing, you know, for the kids while the parents sit down and have something to eat. But basically it's going to be like a big food court, shopping area, all that kind of thing. And we're sitting over £300,000, so I think we should just bite the bullet and get on with it. Is there a way that I can turn off the theme? I just want the bear ones. Classic? No. No, that doesn't look like it. Probably that's it's a very fancy looking toilet, but we're actually going to do a double toilet right in the middle. What I should probably go ahead and do first of all is go for paths, and I want a gold path, really? That'll be from the new update, which I haven't currently got, and the reason I haven't got that is because I haven't looked into it yet. It is out at the time of recording this. I haven't looked into the details of it yet. There is a very high chance I will get it, but I'm not in any kind of rush to get it because we're not even ready for the area. I don't like that one. That's done a weird thing to my path now. I shouldn't have done that. What I was thinking was something along the lines of... Oh, why? Why are you doing that? I don't want it to connect to that. If I do this, how is it actually going to look? That's pretty reasonable, actually. Right, so what I'm going to do is... want it 8 meters wide, and I'm just going to place it in like that. And I'm just going to build a big so it's about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So wow, this way another one. Big area like that. Yeah, quite like that. Now let's deselect the grid, and I'd really like to be able to do something like this. Where does this path end up going? Okay. Let's undo that and undo that. Why will you not connect there? Fine, we'll do it there. Not exactly what I had in mind, but you know, it'll do. So facilities wise, like I said, I want a couple of big toilets, and we're gonna have to rotate these so that they're as close to the same angle as that path as possible, which is very much easier said than done. Seems about right. I want them set back. Yeah. 2 toilet blocks like that. Now, what else do we have? Street Fox Coffee. And we'll have pizza next to it. Over here, there's what, 2 between? That's all juice. Not entirely sure what that shop is. We'll go 3 deep. Money balloons, Mexalente. We're gonna have to. The grid's not perfect on there. It's actually, you know, I see what the problem is. I want it like that. That's. And we'll have a couple of just the mementos next to that as well. Hot dog squad. Hats. The sound effects are amazing. So basically the idea is we're having this massive area here. What don't we have? We don't have to put a stop juice, which I suppose we could put a couple of shops up here. Smoothies. I think we have everything now. I don't know, milkshakes. And the important one, the ice cream one. Is there a more important shop? I think not. I've got paths, and then I suppose that one would be central. So take that out and then go to facilities again. I want a big information center. And we're going to do this a little bit different in the sense of this is basically going to be a tower. Right, so we exit that. I'll build this one first actually. We'll worry about building the rest later, but this one I want to get started. We might move this actually. Well, we are going to move it because it's not lined up exactly how it should be. If I just go over just a touch more. There, I think that's centered on the front there. Might just use these to exit the group. How do I work that front bit? That's right for there. Of course it's going to go down in notches, which I don't want. And I'll put a bar right in the front. Right, so we'll have to work something out with that. What if I exit the group? No, I can't. I wanted it maybe the other way around. Is there anything I can work with in here? I mean, this would do the job. Let's turn the light on so I can see what I'm actually doing. Alright, the textures are all going to be the same, but we're right, exit that from the group. No. Alright. Get away from the group. Which one was that again? That one, right. Now let's that. Do I really have to do this each time? The other thing I need to do is I need to slightly rotate it. I'm being way too picky with this. Let's try this one again. No, come on. I'll get this built up the way I have envisioned and I'll bring you guys back in a second. Okay guys, not exactly what I envisioned, but I guess I'm quite happy with it. I looked up some source material of like a truck stop, an American truck stop style sign with all the bits hanging off of it and that kind of thing, and obviously we don't have all of the signs up here, but that would just be kind of crazy. I couldn't actually get it to work the way I wanted it to. I wanted it to be one big tall sign building and all, but I wanted it round. So this is a solution that I came up with. The building, you can imagine that as like the concrete base to this really big pole, which holds all the signs on the front. Now, I'd probably want signs on the back, but there's not really a great deal of point. Because, well, there's nothing, you know, it's fine. We might do some bits and pieces to tidy up at the back, but let me know in the comment section what you think of that. I think it's quite cool. Now, before we go any further, I want to sort the toilet blocks out. Turn the HUD back on, because I want to do something very different, and I don't want truck stop style toilets. That would not be very nice at all. What I actually want is to use a lot of this New World stuff, in the sense of something like that. I'm not sure if people are actually going to walk through these walls. I'm hoping they don't. That's quite a cool looking wall. In fact, what I can do is if I delete that and that, can I get a similar style wall to that? But well, there's that one. I ponder. This is getting weird. As you can tell, this is definitely not pre-planned. Let's rotate that. Yeah. I don't actually mind how that looks. I don't mind how that looks at all. We're going to use a lot of like this type of thing. That would actually be perfect if it would Or in fact, what I'm going to do is get rid of these ones. And I will replace them with these. Yeah. Do I like that? I think I like that. I'll get rid of these ones as well. And these will be walls. Alright, I'm going to put them there as well because I think you'll just see them. Actually, I don't want that one there. I want sort of like a brick style. I know what I have in my mind. The snow block does look cool. How does this look? That's almost exactly what I was thinking. No. Right spot, please. Something like that. And that. I'm pretty sure I can. Well, actually, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I can't put like sloped roofs, but I actually can. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Can I get that in? Yes. I'm gonna leave this bit of the front here open because I'd like to put like a plant or something in there. How's this crazy that I don't think it's nice, but it doesn't match what I'm going for here. And then we'll go for a bit more of a conventional roof for these. Actually, I quite like the look of these. If I go back to walls and find those brick ones again, so these is it? No. Painted brick. Sandstone would have been nice. That's not the right angle. Something like that. Then go back to the roof setting. Let's get the roof trims. I don't even know what material this was, if I'm being honest. It's the Arctic one. Alright. Not the right angle, but I do like the little kick off of it, like that. I think that looks quite cool. If we go back to signs, I need the toilet signs, which I'm pretty sure are at the bottom. Just gonna put it there. And then move it to the middle. And then duplicate it here. Yeah, just like that. I'm hoping that people won't actually be able to walk through there because that would frustrate me. If we go to nature. Basically what I want to do is fill all of this in with these flowers. Preferably not have them poke through this front wall though. Okay, that one needs to... you know what? No, that's fine. I'll live with it. And I want to put in a tree. I think it's going to end up having to be a cypress tree. I'll put that right in the middle of that sign, roughly. And then let's sort of position it exactly where we want it, roughly. I'd say exactly, roughly exactly, yes. It's not 100% perfect, but I like it. I like how these glass walls, very modern looking. Very clean. We'll worry about the rest of the stuff later on, but before we conclude with this, I want to put some lighting on the wall. So, yeah, wall lights. Do quite like that. Another one right there. I think it was around there. I have a feeling that they're off. Oh yeah, it's way off. Close enough. I'm quite happy with that. I quite like how that looks, and we need to give them some bins because, well, bins and ATMs. What? Alright, let's get rid of that one then, because if it's not symmetrical, I don't want it. Put like 4 of them on each side. That should keep people happy and future-proof us for ATMs for a little while. And we need to give them somewhere to sit. Do I have just like a gin? Well, that's the thing I wanted. Gonna have to litter this place with bins. Which is not a bad thing. Hopefully that means that they're not going to actually litter. Of course, what it means in reality is they're still going to litter and I'm going to hate them for it. But hopefully this brings some people actually down into this part of the zoo. Now, there's not really any particular method for this. I just want them like with their own little patterns, if you will. And what I'd also like to do is have a couple of what seems to be bigger benches. Of course it's obstructed. That's as close as I can get them. There we go. I'm quite happy with that. We're going to add light in, we're going to decorate all these buildings, but that'll be done in a time lapse at a later point. This over here, specifically, needs to go. That was when I was trying to work out what to do with this sign. There's still some work to do, but I want to bring people down here, like I said, so quite happy with that. On the downside, with all these new shops, it does mean we have a lot of new vendors. let's sort out the work zones. These are all going to be added to the Americas work zone. The Americas work zone is going to change to North America when I get the South America DLC. But we'll see how that works out. I did mention before that I wanted a massive sort of... I did say like a Route 66 style diner, and that was a change to this. Some of the shops are duplicate, but that's fine. It's all about them spending money. It did cost us nearly £50,000 though. So to make some of that money back, and all the money we're about to lose on staff wages, let's hit play. The other thing I should probably do actually, while we're letting everything kind of catch up, is I want to go into paths, go for staff paths. Don't like that. Close enough. That's better. Right, and we'll go to facilities. I want to give them... I think I have the large staff room now. Quarantine large. Large staff room. Now, I really hope that... Yeah, it does miss. The reason I put this over here is because I don't know the people that are coming down here already. Nice. Is inefficient. Right, let's give them a perk of rec room. Hopefully that keeps all these guys happy, and we need to go back into work zones. Edit work zone. I want to add that one. Again, we'll decorate that up. Probably put another one down here as well. Last thing we need is staff rooms getting full. But quarantine is passed and they are ready to leave. Let's grab our Ukapi, I think is the right way to say it. Ukapi, something along those lines. Don't know, let me know in the comments. Let's grab them and move them into Habitat 4. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion this habitat is not going to be big enough, but we will have to see. Let's pause for a second. That's water treatment. I want rid of the heat map. Can't see where the path is. Let's push play. Why is it not working? It's operational. We're hemorrhaging money. It's not having any kind of negative impact on the guests. Look at all these people that are coming down here. Yes, come down here and give me all of your money. Right. I know about that one. Mechanic research is complete. Let's continue that. I need a mechanic on transport routes, which won't happen straight away, but that's fine. Continue on with the wolves and the bears. Let's say hello to Luna. Right, here we go. Let's pause. Oh, look, they can swim. That I did not know. Yeah, habitat's too small. So what we need to do is delete the foliage from down here. And that gate as well, and we also need to get rid of that pole. Let's edit the barrier. Why can I not bring that further down? Okay, let's add a barrier on then. Okay, keep angle snap on. Come on. Right, let's tidy all this up. Let's delete that one. Come on. Bring all that out. Let's... Why can I not delete that? With that being done, let's move these over. I think there's lights somewhere underground as well, which is a bit irritating. That needs to move ever so slightly. Like there. Oh, come on. Where it needs to be is right underneath those buttons. Why did it do that? Okay. Much bigger area now. Let's sort out what the barrier. I promise I can normally speak. I want that made out of that. While I'm here, let's sort this. Basically what I've been doing with these is just duplicating them. Makes a half decent little fence looking thing. Takes a long time though. Right. Push play. Escaped animal states. No, I would say it's not escaped. There we go. Well, clean it then. Alright, let's pause again and let's see how we're looking for our just enough space for them. They're way too much long grass, not enough soil. But they quite like rock, so let's fix that. Can I? Yes. That's very laggy. Let's give them some rock as well. They happy with that? Yes. They don't have hard shelter, obviously, but that's a given. We'll just get rid of those trees then. They are encroaching. I also need to give them food. Let's get to... There they are. So to all... We'll give them a large feeding trough right there. Oh, we have some enrichment that we can give them. Stick that there. We stick the scratching post in the middle because why not? No, what I don't know is let's have a look at temperatures. 8 to 40, so we should probably put heaters in because in winter it will get cold, obviously, so. One there, there, and there. And I do my usual thing of sink them into the ground. Adjust the temperature slightly just so that it's actually not going to just do nothing. And that one there. Cool. Right, no, this one's not on the ground. Why is this one not on the ground? There it is. Right, as for hard shelter, I think what I'm going to do with these guys is similar to what I did with the red ruffled lemurs and actually give them a pre-built hard shelter. Those are quite cool, but I was thinking... Oh, that thing's just awesome. I like that, but can I sink it? These guys can also have leaves as bed. I don't know if this is part of the South American update. I don't remember this being here before. But there's all sorts of like new, awesome and interesting things in the game. Yeah, don't want to do that. Something like that. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump into a time lapse or a jump cut, probably a jump cut, where I put in all of the foliage that they require. I think a jump cut would be better because this episode's already gone on quite a long time and I've actually done well as to not time lapsing it so far. So I will bring you guys back once they're all happy with their habitat. See you guys in a second. Okay guys, I thought I'd bring you guys back because I just got a notification that our timber wolf is about to have offspring. Is it unpaused? I have no idea. Don't think it's unpaused. Let's there we go. Let's see our puppo. How many pups are we getting? One. Is that not just awesome? Let's come out of this. That is our thumbnail for today's episode. That, I want one. I want 10. I want all the baby wolves. The other thing we can do is, I did get the this enclosure. I keep forgetting the name of them. What are they called again? The Okapi. Let's name it. I think that's about right. If you want to sponsor the Okapi, let me know in the comments below that you want to, and and why. I've also changed my settings so that I think it's only going to show 500 guests now. So we actually have 1,300 guests in the zoo, but I've limited it to 5 because we're getting some frame rate issues. Before we end this episode, what I'd like to do is put in a railing as well. We also need to give some enrichment to our wolves. These guys, very happy. Happy with their enrichment, happy with everything. They're super happy, and these guys are endangered as well, which is good news for the zoo. Over here, barrier status. I also hired 2 new keepers as well, because this habitat was disgusting. 6 juveniles. Alright, let's sort this. You're a juvenile. Why is there 6 adults? See if I can remember how to get to this particular menu. I think it's this one. Yes. I don't want exhibit animals in this list. Thank you. Infant. Oh no, they're all still infants. I need to trade some animals out because we are in dire need of some conservation credits. I'm looking over in our elephants. We've not checked on them in a while. Hope you're okay. You better be okay. 28 years old. Let's see here. Mechanics on route. That's fine. Yeah, I put the infants on contraceptive. We could be doing with more feeders apparently. Fine, I'll get another one of them in. Heart shower comes and goes with this one. that the right kind of feeder? I think it is. Let's check. Indian elephants. I mean, it must be. Because, yeah. Maybe it's just because they're empty. We'll say it's because they're empty. So money's still plummeting, which is fine. We've got plenty. You can see our frame rate issues. Multiple overflowing bins. Yeah, no kidding. Do we need more caretakers? I don't think it would hurt to have a couple. Well, we've only got 3. Let's go for another 3, and we'll not put them in a work zone so they can just wander about everywhere. Actually, it's nighttime. Is our lights on? Inside this tree, I can get the camera to do what I want it to. I can just about see it there. I feel like, because there's a giant tree in there, I feel like it might need to be raised. Yeah, I like that. I mean, it doesn't really light the tree up as much as I'd particularly like it to, but it's fine. Have any new handshakes? Ears McGinty. Some of these names. Workshop 1, okay. Vet research is complete. Hopefully that's for the timber wolves. No, that's for the bears, but that's fine. Right, while it's still dark, we are going to do some staff training. Probably not a good idea to train up everyone all at the same time, but I like to live dangerously. And that one as well. Got loads of new vendors. What I can do, if you want your name in the game, I'm more than happy to rename staff. Because unless I sack them, staff generally don't die. Saying that, they don't die when I sack them either. We don't run that kind of zoo. There's so many vendors. This will be the one and only time you guys see me training all of those vendors. The rest of the time I'll just do it off camera because there's just so many of them. And not interested. High amounts of litter. Well, I hired more staff. I've done all the handshakes. Everything's good. We've got 473 conservation credits. We need it to be daytime, and then I want to build a bit of a railing in front of the timber wolves. I really like this whole lit up tree thing, and I really like this waterfall. This purple light in the waterfall is perfect. Vet research is complete. Is it for the timber wolves? It is. Is that the timber wolves finished then? Cool. Right, well, you can work on the okapi. Other than the bears, I think we're all good apart from some viruses. We're working on the bears, we're working on the okapi. Yeah, awesome. Awesome stuff. Alright, let's get some habitat enrichment for the timber wolves. Get them all happy while it's still dark, and then when it becomes daytime, I'll maybe do a bit of a time lapse, be a short one, of building this railing in here, doing a bit of a beautification in this general area. Look, all these people. How's our bins doing? Yes. We're back to increasing in money. We're making so much money. This is awesome. For saying we barely have any animals, this is awesome. Alright, timber wolves. Can't remember what you have and what you don't have, but have more stuff. I like this one. Small colourful ball. I know you've got some balls to there, but have another one. How's your enrichment doing? Perfect. The other thing I want to check is I'm pretty sure there was a Spectre report. Timberwolf was down a little bit, otherwise we would have been a 5-star zoo. Getting there. Definitely getting there. Okay, so it's coming into daytime now, so what we'll do is I will jump into a time lapse where we get a bit of beautification done in this first section of the zoo. We'll maybe hire some staff, get some admin style things done and out of the way, and I will see you guys on the other side of it. Okay guys, welcome back to the prison estate that is Rainy Glen Zoo. Really tired of littering. I mean, the amount of litter, I don't know if you've seen it in the live stream, look at it all down here. Guests are disgusting. Horrible, horrible creatures those human beings are. So I've put more cameras around the place than in your local prison. I just wish I could find them extensively. What did I do? Claimed a reward for food profits. I'm not surprised. It's been a fairly expensive episode. I'll not deny that. But I'm quite happy how I turned this around. It's a habitat, glass habitat fence that I've just put along here. A couple of wooden posts at the end just to cap it off, and a couple of don't feed signs, because this fence is low enough that you can imagine the filthy creatures that are human beings throwing things over towards the wolves, which I think is a crime that should be punished with making them go and get it, personally. Might be a bit harsh, but it's just me. So yeah, quite happy with the progress we made today. I'm not sure if this is going to light up the way I wanted it to. I wanted to have all of this purple, but there's just this one small spot here. bird here. That's fine. That doesn't have power. If I show you on the heat map here, you can see all the security I've added in there. What's wrong with this? Power. This one. You can see there's like, where are we? This little gap here that doesn't have power, which is unfortunate, but it is the way of it. Not going to worry about it too much. What I might do is end up putting like a solar panel here just to get that lit up, but that's I'd be as well just setting fire money at that point. Which, to be fair, we have enough to do that. So let's have a look at our heat map. Animal welfare. I don't see any red animals anywhere. This is good. I don't see any red escape points anywhere. It's cold here. It's warm there. It's warm there. It's warm there. I'll check the bears. Not sure if they're happy. Water treatment's fine. Power's fine. Buildings. We've got a lot of new buildings in this episode. Negative impact on guests. That's underground. There's no negative impacts on guests that are actually affecting them. Unless there's still litter lying around, in which case find the culprit and murder them. Security and crime. India still needs a bit. There's a bit here that could be doing with some. Guest education. There's some uneducated guests. They're the ones that are illiterate. I guarantee it. But otherwise, it's all looking good. I need to get more of these like non-animal related information boards. Guest needs were much more green across the board than we were at the start of this episode. I checked before the start of this episode and everyone was red. They were very miserable. Staff happiness. A couple of oranges. Otherwise, all green. Let's see. Oh, call everyone. Yeah, just call everyone. Let's set up the mechanic to come around every 6 months. Pet cannot reach habitat. You've been able to reach habitat every other time. Don't start. Yeah, it's lying. There's nothing wrong with that habitat. We've done all of our handshakes. And we've got some vet research complete. So that Okapi and the Grizzlies will keep that going. Mechanics research, how are we looking on here? Transport rides, I have a plan for transport rides, so I wanted to get that done. Otherwise, we're very, very, very nearly complete. Habitats, East Asia theme, and then transport rides. And then mechanics research is fully complete until I get that next DLC, and then there'll be another area to research. But where's the bears? It's shaded over here. How you doing, MB? Habitat. What's wrong with your habitat? Temperature. That's exactly what I was coming over here to check. What is your preferred temperature? No higher than 28. Let's put some coolers in there then. Habitat on this one. Yeah, it does look a bit on the warm side over here. I have one there. One there. There. It's a bit more cool in shade. Where are they set to? Cool. I'll do my usual of sink them into the ground. That apparently makes them significantly less effective, but they are fugly, so into the ground they go. I'm thinking that when I move them, it's just taking the power away and then they have to re-cool down, because if I go back to heat map and then go to temperature, it is actually slowly cooling down. Come on, underground, just a touch more. Come on. There we go. This is the cold part of America. The other thing I wanted to check is, do these guys like snow? Because if they do, I feel like putting some of that in. They're impartial to it. Let's put a little bit of snow in, not too much. Let's bring this down to 2, actually, yeah. Let's have a bit of snow dotted around. Get this area up here with a bit of snow on it. Be easier if this wasn't so laggy. I don't know why it's so laggy. It wasn't like this before, and I'm getting good frames, so must be something in a recent update that's caused terrain painting to be a bit potato. Something like that. Yeah, a little bit over here as well. I've got that cooler to hide. Actually, that cooler right next to this habitat might be a problem. It's not cooler anyway. It's fine. That's fine. Let's check the heat map again. See the heat next to the cold. I think what I will do is put in another cooler, sort of like right about there. I want to have a bit of a hard border with the temperature, because these guys like it warm, these guys like it cold. Yeah, any second I once that actually cools down. Yeah, everyone's cold. Good. This pleases me. That's what they get for littering. They deserve it. Also, can't help but notice, this water is apparently roasting hot. I don't know why it's so hot, but it is. This area needs to be hot. In fact, what I'm actually tempted to do is put heaters in over here, because it is desert after all. And it'll encourage them to buy drinks, I think. What am I doing? I only want to put one of them in. I want to put one in, set the temperature to 35. And don't know about the place. This information center is going to be roasting. And then one there. One there and there. Is that going to be enough? I think that'll be enough. The idea is it's a desert. It's not meant to be a pleasant place to be. Diseased animal discovered. Do I have that disease? Simian. The long word with too many letters in it. Do I have that? Oh, come on. I wish it didn't pop up with this without me asking for it. Is it a researchable one? I don't actually see that on the list. Oh, we've got them in quarantine anyway. Must get better. But I'm going to call this episode here for today, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. I mean, how can you not with the baby wolf? Where's the baby wolf? Where's the puppy? There he is, sleeping. Yvetta. Yvettia. Very pleased about that. Oh, look at that. Well, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, what a lovely view. Awesome. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you can of course subscribe. You can also ring that bell icon, that way you get notified of all new uploads and live streams, because I have been live streaming a little bit more frequently nowadays. So if you're interested in getting interrupted by the puppo, distracting me. If you're interested in that kind of thing, remember to hit the bell. You can also find me on Discord. The link to Discord is in the description. It's a good place to keep up to date with everything I'm doing on all of the different platforms, as well as just pop over there and have a chat with me. And you can also find me on Twitter. My Twitter name is on the screen just now. Head over there, search for my name, and drop me a follow. It'd be very much appreciated. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.